Across the vast grasslands of Africa, every blade of grass can conceal a predator waiting in ambush. Among this landscape stands one of the Savannah's most resilient and formidable species, the Cape buffalo. They are not ordinary herbivores. They represent strength, discipline, and collective order. While most grazing animals flee when danger appears, the Cape buffalo remains in place and confronts the threat. Its heavy body, dense muscles, and curved sharp horns function as both shield and weapon within one frame of anatomy. When one individual is attacked, the herd moves immediately as a single coordinated unit. Dozens, sometimes hundreds, form a dense defensive circle. This is not an easy target. In the harsh ecosystem of the savanna, the buffalo's power does not belong to one animal but to the group. Their cohesion transforms them into a living fortress, unified, resilient, and enduring, in a land where weakness results in death. In the dry savanna, where the distance between water and grass determines survival, the Cape buffalo herd serves as a central component of the ecosystem. An adult can weigh up to 2,000 pounds and reach more than 10 feet in length. Its horns extend outward, creating a near-perfect defensive structure. The herd never moves randomly. Each buffalo knows its place within the group. During migration, they maintain a tight formation. The leaders guide the front, and the rearmost animals guard the trail. Spacing remains consistent, preventing separation even across uneven terrain. Field studies confirm that this order reduces the risk of predation and improves environmental awareness. A critical moment arises when the herd must cross a narrow stretch between two rivers. Predators wait on both sides. Older males move to the front, horns align, forming a natural barrier. Females and calves pass quickly through the middle. Once across, the herd restores its original formation. No noise, no confusion, only coordinated movement. This precision ensures safety and represents an optimized evolutionary design. In a world where a single moment of disorder can lead to destruction, the Cape buffalo has chosen the only effective strategy: absolute unity. The Cape buffalo and the lion represent two opposing forces of the savanna. One is a mass of muscle and weight. The other is a predator that relies on coordination and precision. Each encounter between them carries a decisive outcome. When a lion attacks, it targets the weak, the old, or the young. The first leap can bring down small prey, but against an adult buffalo, it is only the beginning. When one buffalo is attacked, the others immediately return to engage. Dozens of horns align toward a single point. The herd charges, forcing the lions to move to both sides. Not every attack fails, yet most end with the predator's withdrawal. A climax occurs when both species face each other directly. The lion attempts to maintain control, but a single impact from a buffalo can throw it several yards. The confrontation ends quickly. Both sides recognize the limit of their advantage. Each encounter remains a part of the natural cycle. Lions regulate the number of buffalo, while buffalo maintain the ecological boundary of lions. Both species persist through mutual balance, a harsh but necessary equilibrium for the savannah. The African elephant is the heaviest terrestrial animal. An adult can weigh up to 12,000 pounds. Its survival depends not only on strength but on social organization. Each herd contains multiple individuals centered around the oldest female. She holds the collective memory of the group. She determines direction, resting time, and the response to danger. Calves remain protected within the middle of the herd. When threats appear, a defensive circle forms instantly with heads and tusks facing outward. A peak moment occurs when the herd meets a shallow river. Young elephants cannot cross the mud. Adults use their trunks to pull, push, and lift each calf. The actions are strong, slow, and precise. When all reach the opposite side, the herd closes formation again. No confusion occurs, only collective reflex. The memory of elephants supports more than their survival. It maintains the ecological rhythm of water in the savannah. They remember old water holes. Reopen paths through vegetation and create corridors used by other species. In a dry landscape, elephants carry the map of life itself. In the darkness of the savannah, the first sound is not the lion's roar, but the coarse laughter of the spotted hyena, Crocodile crocodile. Each clan may include up to 80 individuals operating with strict organization. Hyenas both hunt and scavenge. During a hunt, they coordinate in lines and drive prey toward the center. Their speed is moderate, but endurance and cooperation exhaust the target. During feeding, hierarchy remains clear. Dominant females feed first, followed by males and younger members. Decisive moment occurs when hyenas confront lions. Roars and laughter merge across the night. Although physically weaker, hyenas use numbers to create pressure. If a lion abandons a carcass even for seconds, the clan rushes forward and claims it. There is no luck in this process, only calculation and persistence. Hyenas form an essential component of the ecosystem. By consuming carcasses, they prevent disease and accelerate the breakdown of organic material. Their presence keeps the savannah clean and balanced. Within the biological chain, hyenas represent not disorder but the functional order of nature. As the temperature drops across the savanna sky, wide spirals appear in the air. The white-backed vulture, Gyps africanus, detects its target from several miles away, adjusts its wings, and descends. On the ground lies a carcass among dry grass. Rising heat creates visible waves above the body. There is no sound. One vulture lands first, maintaining distance. Others follow, forming an outer circle. The approach occurs in order. Wings remain half open. Necks extend forward. Beaks pierce the abdominal cavity, reaching the soft tissue where access is easiest. There is no noise or fighting, only continuous motion. Within a few hours, the body mass decreases by half. Bacteria, toxic spores, and potential pathogens are neutralized inside a highly acidic stomach. A tense moment occurs when a hyena emerges from the edge of the grass. The vultures widen their circle. Some take off, creating space. The remaining birds retreat beyond striking distance. When the scavenger leaves, the flock returns to complete the remains. By late afternoon, only bones are scattered on the soil. The biological function is precise. Vultures accelerate decomposition and reduce the risk of anthrax, pasteurellosis, and toxins from decaying tissue. Without them, the savanna slows at the point where organic matter accumulates. In the seemingly empty sky, vultures operate as an invisible sanitation system that keeps the energy flow continuous and prevents stagnation in the natural cycle. The African wild dog is one of the most efficient pack hunters on the continent. Each pack contains between 6 and 20 individuals that coordinate with near-perfect precision. During a hunt, roles are divided. One group leads from the front, another moves along the sides. A third blocks the escape route from behind. All actions occur in silence. The average speed exceeds 30 miles per hour and can continue for several miles. Prey rarely escapes. The success rate can reach 80%, higher than most predators. A peak moment occurs when the pack chases an antelope. The prey changes direction, but the formation holds. Each dog adjusts position instantly. When the prey weakens, a single accurate bite to the flank brings it down. Feeding is quick and evenly shared. Pups and weaker members eat first. This discipline results from social evolution. Wild dogs do not fight within the pack. They maintain coordination instead of competition. This synchronization has made them a model of cooperative behavior. However, because they depend on large territories, they are highly affected by habitat loss. Across shrinking grasslands, the remaining packs stand as evidence of the strength of collective strategy. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. Its body is light, its legs are long, and its spine is flexible. Each sprint can exceed 60 miles per hour, but it lasts for less than 1 minute. Before the chase, the cheetah remains motionless in tall grass. It shortens the distance meter by meter. When the moment arrives, the entire body launches forward. Each stride covers more than 20 feet and claws grip the ground firmly. Within seconds, the cheetah closes in on its prey. A precise strike to the hind legs causes the prey to fall. A critical moment occurs when the cheetah secures its prey but hears hyenas approaching. The carcass is only partly consumed. The cheetah must choose between feeding and survival. As the hyenas arrive, it withdraws. The hunt ends without reward. The cheetah lives on the narrow boundary between energy and risk. It hunts efficiently but rarely keeps its meal. Its agility ensures survival, yet its slender frame allows competitors to steal the kill. Within the ecosystem, the cheetah demonstrates a fundamental principle of natural balance, maximum speed, in exchange for uncertain survival. During the dry season, water becomes the limit of survival. Shrinking ponds expose layers of dense mud. Here, the hippopotamus amphibius occupies the center of the freshwater ecosystem. Its body weighs several tons. Its skin is thick and its mouth can open up to 150 degrees. By day, hippos remain submerged to regulate body temperature. Only the eyes, ears, and nostrils rise above the surface. Movement is slow and steady. Beneath the water, the herd keeps even spacing, an invisible boundary maintained through low-frequency sounds transmitted underwater. No individual enters the territory of a dominant male without receiving a warning. A peak moment occurs in late afternoon when the pool becomes crowded. Another male approaches. Deep bellows echo across the water. Two massive bodies collide, mouths wide, canines clashing with a dry crack. Water and mud rise in bursts, and waves hit the bank. After several minutes, one male retreats. The surface becomes calm again. At night, hippos leave the water and travel miles to graze. Their trails create pathways used by many species, from antelope to wading birds. Their dung enriches the floodplain and sustains biological productivity. Although often viewed as dangerous, hippos serve as the structural pillars of the wetland system. They maintain balance between dry and wet, between life and depletion. Across the open plains, where visibility is unobstructed, the ostrich functions as the natural warning system of the savannah. Its body exceeds 6.5 feet in height, and its eyes are the largest of any land animal, capable of detecting movement beyond 1,000 feet. Ostriches often live near zebras and antelope. This association is not random. Ostriches detect danger early, while zebras and antelope provide protection through numbers. A single movement of the ostrich's neck can alter the behavior of an entire area. The ostrich maintains equilibrium in the savanna's alert system. It signals early and gives other species time to react. Each run sets the surrounding grassland in motion. Within the ecological chain, its role lies not in strength, but in information, living data that helps hundreds of species preserve the boundary of survival. The plains zebra moves in herds of hundreds. On dry ground, black and white stripes merge visually into continuous motion. Each individual carries a unique stripe pattern that does not repeat. Order within the herd remains strict. Adult males lead from the front, and females with foals remain in the center. During feeding, several zebras raise their heads to scan. The warning system relies on head and body movement rather than sound. A small change is enough to trigger an immediate response across the herd. A critical event occurs when a lion ambushes the group. The first charge splits a foal from the center, but a chain reaction follows at once. The herd turns in parallel lines and moves together, which creates a visual effect that distracts the predator. Hoofbeats echo across the plain and then fade. When the dust settles, the lion is no longer present. Zebras play a key role in the grazing chain. By cropping taller grass, they open access for smaller grazers such as Thompson's gazelles. Herd structure and the alert mechanism allow zebras to persist where predators are common. Each herd functions as a mobile ecological unit that helps stabilize the savanna. In the Serengeti, the ground vibrates under millions of hooves. The blue wildebeest begins a northward migration. The wet season initiates a journey of more than 500 miles that lasts for months. There is no single leader, yet the direction remains accurate. Herd structure forms under survival pressure. The animals in front detect water by scent, and the animals behind follow the smell and the sound. At rivers, the flow pauses and then breaks open. Thousands enter the water at once. Bellowing, impacts, and the movements of crocodiles rise from below. A portion of the herd is lost and the rest continue forward. The peak of the journey occurs when the herd reaches new green pasture. Calves are born almost simultaneously and use the flush of fresh grass. Within days, hundreds of thousands of new individuals stand and join the herd. The cycle of renewal begins. This migration drives the entire East African savanna. It moves energy through the ecosystem and feeds lions, hyenas, crocodiles, and other grazers. Each year, the path repeats and becomes one of the planet's largest biological rhythms where life follows the rain. In the eastern sky, clouds gather into long dark bands. The wind shifts direction. The air carries the scent of moisture. The first raindrops hit the dry ground and evaporate instantly. Then the rain intensifies. The soil absorbs water, mud rises, and the grasslands turn green within days. The transformation is rapid and precise. Young grass emerges, shrubs sprout new shoots, dry ponds fill with water. Millions of organisms respond at once. Buffalo, antelope, and zebra return to the renewed grasslands. Lions and hyenas follow. There is no true beginning or end, only a cycle. The peak moment arrives when water spreads across the land, connecting lakes and rivers. Fish reappear, frogs lay eggs, water birds return. The savannah comes back to life. Every blade of grass and every patch of mud becomes part of a vast regenerative system. The rainy season is the driving force of Africa. It activates the food chain and shapes the behavior of every species. When the rain stops and the soil dries again, seeds and traces of water remain underground. They hold the promise of the next cycle, the repetition of life. In seasonal wetlands, when the water rises just above the ankles, the black-crowned crane appears in pairs. Its long legs and wide toes allow movement on soft mud without sinking. Its food consists of insects, small shrimp, and young frogs, resources that expand with the rain. Before breeding, the pair performs synchronized movements. They stretch their necks, raise their wings, and lift their feet in coordinated rhythm. These actions are not display rituals, but a mechanism of alignment and coordination. Nests are built on small mounds a few inches above the water surface and lined with wetland grass. A critical moment occurs when heavy rain continues and water levels rise beyond safe limits. The nest risks being flooded. Both birds begin immediate relocation. They carry dry material, reinforce the base, move eggs if unhatched, or guide the chicks to higher ground through short movements. All actions occur within a narrow window between two storms. The black-crowned crane serves as a direct indicator of wetland health. When water levels remain stable, hatching and survival rates increase. When fluctuations are extreme, failures rise sharply. The species connects insects, amphibians, and water birds into a compact, high-energy nutrient loop. It returns plant debris and shells to the mud, forming the base for the next rainy season. The Mara River flows slowly during the dry season, but the current hides immense power. Beneath the opaque water, the Nile crocodile lies motionless. Its body rests in mud with only eyes and nostrils exposed. When herds of antelope and buffalo cross, surface ripples appear. The crocodile does not strike immediately. It waits until prey loses orientation. Then the body, more than 13 feet long, surges upward. Jaws close with a force exceeding 2,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush bone. The victim is pulled underwater and rotated. Mud spirals upward. The struggle ends within seconds. A critical moment occurs when a young antelope attempts to climb the bank. The crocodile lunges again. Its tail strikes the water, sending a counterwave toward the shore. Soft soil collapses, hooves slip, and the jaws close once more. The river absorbs the sound. Crocodiles kill not from brutality but through ecological function. They regulate populations of migrating animals and prevent overgrowth of grazers. When the river recedes, remaining carcasses provide nutrients for fish, birds, and microorganisms. Within the aquatic system, the crocodile stands as the final boundary between life and death, the still component of a constantly moving network. After the long dry season, when the first rains turn the grass green, the Cape buffalo herd enters the breeding phase. Fresh grass and abundant water provide the energy required for the upcoming confrontations. Within the herd, mature males begin to separate. Each male selects a small area within the wet grassland and marks it with body scent. When another male intrudes, both advance with heads lowered and horns extended. The sound of horns colliding is sharp and heavy. Soil scatters under their hooves. The confrontation is brief but intense. The peak occurs when neither male yields. They clash repeatedly. The combined mass of their bodies produces impact forces of several tons. Eventually, one male retreats. The victor does not pursue. Order is restored. The central position within the herd goes to the winner, the area where females gather. The mating season lasts several weeks. When it ends, the plains grow quiet again, leaving horn marks on the soil. Victorious males pass on their genes, ensuring that the next generation remains strong. Each breeding season is a strict cycle of selection that maintains the genetic endurance of the species. From birth, buffalo calves learn to live within the framework of the herd. Their behavior is not taught through instruction but learned through observation and repetition. When the herd moves, the calf maintains the correct distance from its mother. When the herd stops to graze, the calf stops as well and never moves ahead. Every reaction operates at the group level. When a sound occurs, calves look toward the heads of adults to identify the direction of danger. When one individual starts to run, the entire herd reacts within seconds. No vocal signals are required. Movement alone is enough. A critical moment occurs when a calf strays too far. The mother turns back and nudges it firmly toward the center. The action is quick and decisive. The calf learns the spatial boundary within the herd, the line between safety and death. Over time, these lessons become inherited reflexes. Herd discipline is not imposed by any individual, but formed through long-term natural selection. In an environment where disorder leads to extinction, discipline represents the highest form of intelligence that nature produces. At midday, temperatures exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The air shimmers above the ground. A herd of buffalo rests near an open clearing with calves positioned within a circle of adults. Everything is still. In nearby shrubs, a group of lionesses watches and waits for a moment of weakness. One calf steps out from the center and moves a few yards toward low grass. A lioness charges and dust bursts upward. The calf falls. A deep alarm call echoes. The herd reacts instantly. The outer ring closes. Adult males rush toward the lions. Dozens of horns align on a single target. The confrontation peaks within seconds. One lioness is struck to the ground, another moves aside. The soil shakes under heavy hooves. The lions retreat. The calf is escorted back to the center. Order returns. This brief encounter demonstrates the herd's reaction mechanism. Their defense relies not on speed but on organization. In the savannah, power does not belong to the fastest attacker, but to the species capable of perfect coordination that minimizes collective risk. Buffalo lack the speed of antelope and the claws of lions, yet they survive through other means, endurance and structure. Over thousands of years, their herd formation has evolved into near perfection. When predators appear, buffalo do not scatter. They form a defensive ring. When water becomes scarce, they move in ordered lines. No individual acts separately from the group. This unity transforms the herd into a force that even lions must weigh carefully before attacking. A defining moment occurs at dusk when the herd faces a large pride of lions. They do not run. They move slowly in a wide formation. The ground trembles beneath them. The lions halt. After minutes of stillness, the clash never happens. The buffalo continue forward. That image, hundreds of bodies moving in synchronized rhythm, symbolizes collective strength. In the wild, where survival depends on reflex, the buffalo represent nature's fundamental law. Cooperation creates endurance, and endurance ensures existence. On mist-covered peaks of the Alps, where no trees grow and only rock and wind remain, the Alpine Ibex endures as an extension of the mountain itself. Its deeply split hooves, thick skin, and light frame allow movement over near vertical surfaces. In the morning, moisture settles on stone. The first sunlight touches the slope, revealing shadows of the herd, small figures moving with absolute precision. Each young ibex follows its mother, placing its feet exactly on her tracks. A misstep of inches could mean a fall into the void. When strong winds arrive, they lower their bodies and press against the rock, waiting until the gust passes. Below lies a deep valley. Above is open sky. This is the boundary between life and death, where only perfect reflexes preserve balance. In autumn, males begin their contests. The sound of horns colliding echoes across the cliffs and through the ravines. Each impact sends dust and small stones into the air. There is no chaos, only rhythm. Strike, retreat, strike again. When it ends, the winner remains, the loser turns away. All occurs in absolute order. The true climax of ibex life is not in combat but in stillness, when the herd stands motionless on the cliff edge, balanced in the wind. From a distance, they appear as stones that breathe. Their adaptation represents an exact model of evolution, not to change the world, but to achieve total harmony with it. Across the planet, the sounds of nature continue. The call of insects at night, the fall of water, the steps of animals on damp soil. Together, they form an ancient rhythm that humanity only listens to by chance. Yet the boundary between balance and loss is fading. Forests are cut, rivers are dammed. Climate shifts faster than many species can adapt. Each time a creature disappears, the ecosystem loses not just an individual but a functional link that once stabilized the network of life. In many regions, humans have begun to respond. Protected areas are established. GPS trackers, drones, and thermal cameras operate through the night. Researchers collect DNA samples from mud and search for traces of rare species. The goal is not control but restoration, to let nature manage itself once again. The peak of this journey lies not in technology but in awareness. Humanity is not outside the cycle of life. Every breath, every drop of water, and every bird in flight belong to the same organism, the Earth. As the last light of day turns forests and grasslands golden, a herd moves slowly into the distance. There is no soundtrack, no narration, only wind and footsteps. Beneath the fading sky, life continues, quiet, persistent, and faithful to the laws that have guided it for millions of years.